Did I jump scare you?
We all love horror games here, or at least I'd hope so, because if not, well, why the fuck did you click on this video? Horror as a medium has been around as early as the 1800s, or at least that's what Google says anyways. Now, as much as I'd love to talk about scary movies from the 1800s, what I'm more interested in now is the early 90s to 2000s horror games. I don't think it's too crazy of an opinion to say that that was the golden era for gaming, especially the horror genre. We got the start of Resident Evil in 1996, Silent Hill shortly after in 1999, Fatal Frame in 2001, and plenty more that I can't think of right now. It seems most indie devs in recent times have been trying to recapture that same vibe from those older games, throwing in some low-poly models and tacking on a nice VHS filter. Now, I haven't really dug into who started this trend, but there's one small dev team in Japan consisting of two brothers that I personally believe do it better than almost anyone. Chilla Art. These two devs are relatively new, releasing their first title, Eevee, in 2018. Quick side note before I get into the games, this video is going to be formatted a little bit differently compared to previous videos. I've picked out a select few of my favorites from their catalog, played through them, and I'm just going to do very brief explanations about them. So, what are those select favorites, I hear you ask? Well, if you'd let me fucking speak, I tell you. Okay, so, the first game I picked is one of their earliest releases, Okaeri.
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 Okaeri. Which translates to welcome back. It's also one of the shortest, with the average playtime being a little over 30 minutes. It starts pretty abruptly, throwing you straight in once you click start. We make our way down a dingy, dark alleyway looking for our house, but we fucking forget where it is? It's your own fucking house. How are you forgetting where it is? We reach a fork where you can choose to go left or right. You're supposed to go right, but I went left like a stupid fucking dumbass and had to walk all the way back. This feels like a good point to mention this game has no sprinting, which it is a good thing for the game, but it was slightly frustrating at this part. The reason I say that's a good thing is because the horror in this game isn't just spooky, scary monster comes from the shadows to jerk you off or whatever. It's very heavily reliant on atmosphere and anticipation, the slow movement forcing you to take everything in. You can hear birds chirping and flying overhead, and when we get to the house, it's thuds and scurrying footsteps. All the while, you're walking at a neck-breaking 0.2 miles an hour while desperately spamming your shift key. We finally find our house, and in it we interact with a bulletin board, where our character reveals we've only been living here for about a week, so I guess it does actually makes sense that she forgot where her house was. We look around the house for a bit until we find a flashlight, and when picked up, the low light of mid-evening is gone, being replaced with nothing but darkness and the sad, dim light from the flashlight. This game in particular has an extremely aggressive film grain on it, making it pretty difficult to spot anything out that you're not directly in front of. I'm sure most people probably wouldn't be too happy about that, but it serves the environment so well here. It makes it really hard to tell if you're actually seeing things move in your periphery, or if it's just the visual noise pulling a little prank on you. After we get the flashlight, we find a locked box and a note nearby giving us the locations around the house to get the combination. The game really starts to ramp up past this point, with footsteps scurrying just down the stairs. Then once you go check, there actually is someone there this time. We go into the kitchen on our little scavenger hunt to find that the entire room is flipped, almost implying that none of this is actually real. After figuring out the combination and opening the box, we find a little slip of paper. A debt. A loud bang is heard from downstairs, so we go to check it out. The bathroom door is finally open, but all we find is there's a note on the countertop, and when we try to read it, we're dropped into the woods 4 hours later. Walking a little ways down the path, we find a little structure with a chair and a noose, with only one last thing to do. Okaeri is one of the shortest, if not the shortest game in Chilla Art's catalog, and I like to think it's by design. I believe it's meant to show just how quickly someone's life can change entirely in the span of just a few minutes. We start the game perfectly fine, just trying to remember where our new home is. Then, in an instant, that all changes. It's an interactive reminder that suicide doesn't take that pain away, it just passes it to those closest to you. No matter how shitty your life may seem, you always have someone that cares for you, whether it be support groups, friends, family, significant others. Just go tell your friends you love them, go hug your parents, check up on those you're closest to. Okay, this wasn't exactly the plan I had for this, but that's how it turned out. So, next game, I guess. Alright, next game on the list is The Bathhouse. Restored edition. This game was originally released as a Patreon exclusive in 2022, but it was recently restored in 2024. I never played the original, so I can't speak on how different it is to the remaster, remake, whatever you want to call it, but it looks a lot better since they switched from Unity Engine to Unreal 5. The game starts with the whole 1 week earlier thing, with this wrinkly old fuck telling us how we did a great job today. He tells us we're cleaning the sauna tonight, and that we can find a bucket in the cleaning supplies closet to put towels in. While we're doing our civil duties, contributing to society, friend of the channel Mozetti is slacking off in the background playing Rocket League, so you'll be hearing him occasionally for this bit. We take our little bucket to collect the towels, but before we can finish up and leave, the door closes behind us and hair starts sprouting from the floor. Bro, it's been like 2 minutes! And it's loud as shit! Fuck!
Rocket League gold explosion ass shit.
Can I get the towels?
No.
Why is there a red dot? It's so loud. The game actually starts with a text box explaining that we received a message from someone asking us to work at their bathhouse, and in return, we get a place to live rent-free. We get to the apartment, settle in, and go in for our first day of work. Nothing too exciting happens past this point, besides some weird guests and small scares, so I'm just gonna put a bunch of clips of Mozetti and I being morons until we get to the end. What the fuck did I pick up? Drain hook? Drain gang! Drain gang! Oh, customer! What's good? Yo. Your name's what? Oh. Okay. No, I think you're weird, you fucking freak. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Oh! Cyberpunk looking at... No, I'm not gonna say anything. Fuck you. Oh no. They put the fucking manosphere in here. God damn it. Oh, look at your tiny ass dick, bro. Look at your little ass dick. Ew. Jukebox? Yeah, we'll just stick with that. What? What do you want? Shut up. Nope, that's a mop. Oh, is he finally getting killed? Please tell me he's finally dying. What? Oh, nice. Let's go, dude. Get the fuck up out of here. He wasn't entirely uninterested. Oh, okay. See, that's what I've been trying to get at, alright? All the fucking, like, tape viewer, red pill, whatever the fuck dudes, they just need a man, alright? They're always complaining about how women ain't shit. Fuck it. Just be gay. Just be gay, bro. Hey. Hey. Bro, you're getting fucking water everywhere, you c***. I can't say that, but... What fucking slime is that? That looks like a fucking Ghostbusters monster. Coming. God damn, I'm fucking sick at my job. Okay. No, it's not. Oh,
yes,
great opener, buddy. Where do you... Hey, my name's... I'm a genius. I can figure... What the fuck is wrong with you? You're fucking insane. I will snap your little fucking... What the fuck is she on about?
Oh, shit.
In the countryside, you have to work for the community. Where'd you come from? Yeah, I'm gonna put this in, like, halfway through the bathhouse segment.
Fucking bitch ass.
So the original plan was we read off lines, but I've abandoned doing all the voices, and you keep getting calls at 1:32 in the morning, and you're flying Rocket League, so...
Yeah, and I just said a slur, so...
Okay, well, this is fucked. It's over. What did you want? Shaver, body wash, wet wipe towel. No.
I was gonna repeat it, but
No, I did not. No, I'm trying to salvage this actually. Body wash, wet wipe towel. Body wash towel. Hi. Hold up. Ding 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 ding.
What are you doing?
Oh no!
Oh,
No! Isn't it illegal? He's in the women's side? Are you fucking kidding me? That's how, what the fuck is wrong with you? Who the fuck's leaving this slime trail, bro? The fuck?
Last thing you see before you get slimed out in Wisconsin. Gotta unleash that shit. I almost unleashed that shit with full force.
What the fuck? Why? You why did you do that?
I gotta go check the boiler room.
Skibbity!
I gotta check out the skibbity RRS button.
Skibbity slicer!
I almost put a fucking fist through my monitor, I swear to God.
Flick it.
Me to my bean or something.
Venom. Oh.
Okay. Why did he do the peanut butter baby? Huh? Am I the only one that heard that?
You wire back from the punching snake!
Get that clinker bitch out of my bathhouse!
Get that clinker bitch out of the...
It's my impression of the Dwayne.
Shit balls.
Real drainers know what the fuck's going on.
God damn it!
Today's cleaning is done. I'll take
I
a
love playing
shower.
in US East servers, and this motherfucker has 145 fucking ping.
Nice. What the fuck is that?
God damn it.
Okay, dude, come on. I'm trying to fucking clean here.
How did I push that backwards? I want
What the fuck?
Was that a dog that just ran across the screen?
That's what it looked like, but it was making monkey sounds. I think it was the monkey.
I want a Hellcat, sorry.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do my apology. Hold on.
Oh. I've made a
I never thought I would have to make this video. There's a whole bunch of them!
For something else.
There's lots of monkeys! Why is it blurred?
They're on Martin Luther King Boulevard.
It's blurring his butt. It's blurring his butt
God,
cheeks.
I love how you didn't hear my second joke.
No, I didn't. I was too busy getting loud drone sound and monkey screaming over dead guy. Don't even think about it.
I'm just gonna start blocking people that use the fucking Dominus. Like,
Why?
why
Because
are
you
you
fucking
using
suck?
the Dominus in 1v1? No, like, I'm beating him to the kickoff, but
It's
I
a skill
can't
issue.
get the ball over his fucking car. Or if I
Yo,
do, it just
chat.
goes straight to the fucking roof.
Yo, one in chat if it's a skill issue.
Yeah, you say skill issue, like you didn't hit GC and stop playing the fucking game.
Yep, you're goddamn right I did. Editor, put in a clip of that. Put in a screenshot of my rank last season, and also the last time I played that fucking game.
Yesterday?
I mean ranked, you fucking cunt. There's another one I gotta blur out. Fuck. Okay, I'm back now. This is present day Salem. With all that out of the way, it's time we talk about the endings. Yes, endings. Multiple. There are 3 different endings, which you get sequentially, if that's the right term for it. Pretty much, once you finish the game, you get the first ending, and after credits roll, it resets back to the last day, but you keep all your items, or information in this case, for the second go. Okay, very, very brief story rundown before getting too deep into the endings. Basically, our character, Mina, is the daughter of a woman who used to work at the very same bathhouse we were offered to work at. The landlord is the Mr. Big Bad and locks this woman, our mother, in his way too large with too many stairs dungeon. She gets pregnant with us while she's stuck down there. Don't ask me how we get out of there, but she doesn't. I don't honestly know either. Dies under his capture, then goes on to haunt the bathhouse and curse the landlord. The rest of the game is our character trying to lift this curse and serve justice to this bald, wrinkly old fuck. I'm refraining to say more about the story just because I seriously want you to go play it for yourselves and support the devs so they'll keep making more cool shit. I'm also probably a little wrong about a bit of that, so, you know, misdirection or something. It was planned to throw you off and not me being too lazy to go fact check myself. Alright, so ending 1. We start the day like every other, but we wake up to a knock at our door. We open it to see the priest from the nearby temple, and he tells us to meet him in the bathhouse basement. After pulling a little ruse on the landlord and sneaking past him, we find the dungeon with the way too long stairs, and in it, a pillow stitched up with a note. The priest finally comes down and reveals to us that we're actually the spooky, scary demon monster's daughter, Erina. He also tells us we have a brother, Toru, who he called here to help him put an end to the curse. Well, where is this Toru, I hear you ask? Well, he's right here. It's a poster guy. Anyway, just before we're able to leave the bathhouse, some water starts bubbling in one of the tubs, and just as we go to inspect it, after a brief struggle and some super scary demonic cleanup, we have to run away back to our apartment. We get back just in time, but the landlord's hot on our trail, and unfortunately, he still has a key to the apartment, so of course he captures us. He drags us all the way back to the basement, bundles us up, and throws us into the furnace to burn alive. What a happy ending, huh? It's super bleak and depressing, but if you just give me a fucking minute, I tell you the best ending. Okay, so like I said earlier, the endings are required in sequence, so we wake up again back in the apartment like nothing happened. Same knock at the door, same plan of getting to the basement, but this time when we leave the apartment and run into Toru, we get the option to tell him our real name, Erina. He tells us we can come to the apartment he and the priest are staying at just below us if we need any help, so we do just that. We go to the basement, play out the rest of the game the same way as the first time, but instead of going back to our apartment, we go to his. He doesn't answer the door though, so the landlord grabs us, drags us back down, and throws us in the furnace again. Nah, just kidding. He doesn't answer, but he does come down to save us at the last minute. And everyone lives happily ever after. Not really. Again! You've been duped. Owned. Pwned even. Toru does save us and also burns this waxed ballsack looking fuck alive, but he sacrifices himself in place of us with the hopes of lifting the curse. Unfortunately, it's to no avail, so we're kinda back at square one. One thing we do get from this ending though is our umbilical cord? Like, right before he walks into the burning building all nonchalant, he gives us our umbilical cord. It's crazy, but it makes sense, I swear. Small detail before I half-assedly explain the third ending, there are these 4 little tiles you can find around the village, some you can't even get until this point in the game. Taking those pieces to the temple, placing them in the puzzle, and solving it opens the door and reveals Toru's umbilical cord. Gross. Now we can all live happily ever after. We go through the rest of it, give our super scary demon mommy the umbilical cords, and the curse is lifted. And the landlord dies, so it's just a good time all around. I wanted to keep this game purposely ambiguous with the hopes of intriguing at least a few of you enough to go play it for yourself, because it honestly is in my top 5 from Chilla's Art. Maybe even top 3. Seriously, go buy their games, like, now. It's not a question, you're gonna go buy them now. They're like $5 each, do it, go. Go, now! Alright, moving on to the last 2 games, The Closing Shift and Parasocial. I'm fairly certain these 2 are their most popular games, with just about every single horror-related YouTuber playing through them. I'm gonna start with Closing Shift and end it on Parasocial, just because they're very loosely tied into each other. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. The Closing Shift is pretty much just a Starbucks barista simulator. That's it. That's the horror. Yeah, just kidding. Sorta. Rather than being more of a paranormal horror, this game takes the real horror approach, putting you in the shoes of a young, single woman just trying to make a coffee when you suddenly start getting creepy notes through your mail slot. It turns working nights in a coffee shop into an anxious, paranoid nightmare, constantly wondering if the person you've just spoken to is the one creeping on you. I also played this one back in fucking February with Mozetti on call. So, the game starts with us heading down on our way to work, but before we get into our car, we find a phone laying on the ground and pick it up. Nearby, we notice a man that appears to be looking for something. We ask him if the phone is his, and he acts like a dickhead when we give it to him. We get in our car to leave, and this man is never brought up again. We get to work, and the boss man tells us we're late, which happens literally every single night, bar the last few where he isn't there. He gives us the runaround, or rather, tells us to just figure it out ourselves, leaving us to do our thing. We go on doing our job for a few nights with nothing really indifferent happening besides a few gooky characters coming in, but that all changes when we're closing up one night, bussing tables, and we find a Polaroid of us through the front glass. Looking outside is a very familiar van sitting in the parking lot with the engine running, but they leave before we finish up and go home. A few nights go by with a few small, creepy interactions coming up here and there, but it all comes to a head when we call in a private investigator to help us out with the whole creepy-ass shithead stalker thing. He goes outside to look around, and that's the last time we hear from him. Just as he leaves, a woman comes in and tells us someone's on the roof, but that it could have just been her imagination. Thinking it's just the PI... No, not that one. We take a ladder to go investigate for ourselves. We go up only to find a hatch into a secondary storage room that's been locked the whole game, and the only thing we find in there is more dread. The fucking creep has been living in here from the start. There's no questioning it anymore. There's 1,000,000% a stalker targeting us, but the only question left now is who? What's this guy? Duh. The guy from the very beginning that we just wanted to help out is the same one that's been tormenting us this entire time.
I don't know what I'm doing! Ah, shit!
We run to the back to get the ladder, climb back onto the roof, and find the private investigator's lifeless body laying in the snow. We can also see our stalker standing under us, and with no other options, we pick up a cinder block and drop it on his big, dumbass, stupid head. The screen goes black, and we get a scrolling text bit saying that just after killing the stalker, we called the cops and told them everything that had happened. They tell us they went back to the store to check everything out, but they never found any bodies. With nothing else left for us to do, we just go back home and try to forget what happened. We get home and try to watch TV, but the cable goes out, so we try to call the landlord about getting it fixed, which, good fucking luck. It's at this point we remember we don't have our phone, but as soon as that's realized... a phone ringing just outside our window. In one of the dumbest moments ever, we go outside, collect our phone, and get back to our apartment. Everything seems fine, but... and that's that. I love this game in particular. The way it drags on in the beginning to build the tension, the small details you could completely miss on a first playthrough, the atmosphere, just everything. There's no other way to make a straight white dude understand the terror of even just walking to your car at night as a woman in present day, other than probably this. Now, I'm not saying it's just as scary, because, hey, it's fucking not. This is a video game. It doesn't even come remotely close. but I think it could at least give someone an idea of what it would be like. Not doing a tier list for these since I only played 4 games, but this would easily be S tier, maybe even S+. Alright, last but not least on the list is Parasocial. This one's pretty much the exact same type of horror as the Closing Shift, but instead of being a barista, we're thrown in the shoes of a VTuber streamer named Nina. Now, Nina starts off her day by waking up at 7:30 in the evening and immediately going to stream. You can really tell they got the realism of a streamer spot on. Everything's going great, we're going crazy on streamer mode until we die in our game and baby rage about it. Small thing, but the game we're playing is called Akamanto, another real game made by Chilla's Art that I've heard is by far their hardest one. There are no saves, so if you die all the way at the end, like our dearest Nina here, that's it. You have to redo every single thing you've done. I've never played it, and I don't plan on playing it, but, you know, just something I thought was kind of neat. Anyway, we lose the game and just decide to play something else by asking the chat for recommendations. Someone sends a link, and for whatever fucking reason, we click it. We download the game that's for sure not a virus, no siwi, I swear, and beat it pretty easily. I'm sure you can imagine where this goes. As we finish the game, we notice the chat talking about our face, which is weird because VTuber. We downloaded a virus, and now we're not a VTuber suddenly. This kicks off a long series of creepy shit, including the hacker getting our phone number and threatening us to keep playing his games. It forces you into a corner, unsure of who to trust. It also doesn't help that every single person you run into is a fucking creepshow. You look dead behind the eyes. Did you just take my fucking trash? We tell our bestest friend ever of all time about what happened, and she tells us we can talk about it over coffee. She arrives, and we head off to... Yep, we go straight back to hell. Speaking of, the person we can only assume to be stalking and harassing us sits right next to us and just starts watching our stream. Real smooth, brother. I almost didn't even notice. The only thing to note is we can still see a few of the different characters that were in Closing Shift here, still coming in regularly. We also see the character we were playing as and our fuck-ass boss working at the same time. This game takes place a few years after Closing Shift, or at least I think it does, because the fat-shaming lady and the other woman were some of the high schoolers that we served before. I can only assume the girl we were playing as actually survived the Closet Goblin, and now her and the boss are on shift together, so shit like that doesn't happen anymore. Getting back to this game, we leave the coffee shop and head back home. We get in the elevator and try to make peace with our alleged stalker, but I don't think he's that interested. We get to our apartment and run a bath to try and take our mind off everything, but you'll never guess what happens. Nothing but sheer fucking dread fills the room until, well, nothing. We just go to bed. Why? I'd love to know too. To make it even better, we basically gaslight ourselves into thinking it was a psychic phenomenon, which, yeah, for sure, buddy, that's what it was. We call the building manager, that I do not trust at all, by the way, and she says pretty much the same thing, but she also says we should call her again if something like this happens anymore. We pretend like not a damn thing happened and go back to streaming. Just as we're finishing up, we get a little hungry.
Bomb!
The jungle. Thanks for the good stuff.
But of course, it's a streamer, so there's no food in the fridge. Our only options are Her Eats, yes, that's actually what it's called, or going to a nearby convenience store. Obviously, what with the whole stalker thing going on, we order some good old classic Her. Fortunately, the fucking guy doesn't have our food, but he recognizes us from our surprise face reveal, only adding to the already building anxiety. Since Her didn't work out, we go to the fucking gas station, and good God, look how fucking tall this person is. We get a bunch of food and snacks, and just as we're about to leave... This creep is our ex, Rakia, and he doesn't seem to understand boundaries very well. He keeps trying to convince us to unblock him because he has information about our friend, but I don't like nor trust this freak, so it doesn't work. The clerk steps in, thankfully, and we head back home. I was super paranoid leaving the store, so I was looking around for any other freaks, and oh, would you look at that. There's one now! It seems he's a bit insecure about being a stalker though, because the second he's confronted, he folds and tries to run away. I walked my ass back home, not paying attention to him because he's a whiny vagina, and what do you know, he left. Once we get home, the building manager texts us about the stalking thing, even though we haven't told her about that up to this point. Real strange. She starts spouting shit and sends us a picture of Asuka talking to the insecure stalker, which is real funny because just moments earlier, Rikia was trying to talk to us about the same fucking thing. Those of you who are epic giga-brained, like me of course, can already piece together what's going on here, but I won't spoil it for you. After the building manager shows us that picture, we just have to block Asuka because this is a middle school and we don't know how to confront or talk to our friends. After blocking her, our PC turns on and has our VTuber model already loaded up and going on some incel rant or something. She runs off screen and our PC shuts off, making a very similar sound to a PS4. Everything goes silent after, except for a tapping or knocking sound coming from our front window. He runs away, then reappears seconds later on our balcony and enters our apartment. The only thing we can really do at this point is hide, but once we do that, we get a message on our phone. You can't outrun him, you can't sneak out of the apartment. The only thing we can do is try to sneak past him and get to our closet that has a screwdriver in it. We get the jump on him, give him the old British poke, but when we go to leave, Asuka appears.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up Mag.
We wake up at 4 p.m. because we're a streamer, if you forgot, then go down to the police box to report the guy. We get down there, but the same cop from earlier that's not suspicious at all, no seriously, he's not, stops us and says we can talk in a nearby park. Just listen to his reasoning and tell me you trust this guy in the slightest. He tells us we can call his personal number instead of the actual police because they'd take too long or whatever other bullshit reason. Walking back home, we reconsider blocking Asuka, which we shouldn't have done in the fucking first place. We unblock her and explain the sitch, and she's surprisingly understanding about the whole thing. She agrees to come over, so we wait for her to arrive. She gets here and we talk about the picture the building manager sent us. She explains that Mr. Soccer came up to her and got insecure. Classic, and didn't actually say anything. Unfortunately, we have to do our nightly 7:30 p.m. stream, so she agrees to wait for us to finish up. Not even 2 minutes in, though, she tells us there's no food in our fridge and that she'll go get some from the convenience store, and we reluctantly continue by ourselves. The last game we play is literally just a doxing simulator, where we walk from the same store all the way back to our apartment. Obviously terrified, we end the stream early, but a video appears on our PC that wasn't there before. We get a few options of who to call for help that give you two different endings. Calling Rikia, police, or the building manager all give you the bad ending, where the stalker appears to have captured you, but in the last possible second, whoever you called shows up alongside Rikia to chase the stalker off. You decide to take him back and go to Chilla's Coffee again, where Asuka comes in and shows us a picture of Rikia conspiring with the stalker, so I mean, you can kind of guess where the good ending goes. Instead of calling anyone else, we call Asuka. But her phone starts ringing just outside on the neighboring balcony. We pull a little B&E of our own to find the videos taken of us on this freak's desktop, revealing he was living just next door this entire time. We also find Asuka tied up in the bathtub, so we untie and free her because she ain't do nothing. Callback. But just as we do that, someone's at the door, so we make our escape. We get to the police box at the last second, prompting a cutscene showing that everyone was in on it the whole time, just so we would take Rikia back. Actual chopped MF activities. We cook Asuka the same meal she made for us at the very beginning, and everyone lives happily ever after. They also plug one of their other games in the ending, which is just crazy work. I mean, it's a good game too, so I can't hate it that much, but still, crazy. I'd originally planned on playing a 5th game for this, but I'm about to hit 15 fucking pages on this script, so I'm just gonna stop here. I urge you to go to their Steam page, pick out like 2 or 3 games that catch your eye, and just play through them with some friends. They have Spot the Anomaly types, paranormal horror, more realistic games like Closing Shift and Parasocial, or even a mix of the two if that's your thing. They have something for everyone. Plus, since most of their games were made in Unity engine, there's a bit of jank to them that gives you some hilarious, laugh out loud, epic funny moments. Alright, I think that's about all I have to say. So, buy their games, like, subscribe, see you in 4 months. Bye!